Hey everybody, it's Tripl-L, and now let's talk some My Hero Academia. Specifically, we're gonna do something for the anime only or the casual fans. Are you wondering about the big three? And do you want a quick summary of what they're about? Spoil yourself a little bit, get yourself excited? Good, great, here we go. Spoiler warning and all that. First up, let's just get into it. Who are the big three? They are three third-year students who are considered to be the top 3 students in UA. They all have their provisional licenses, if not more, and are all actively working with pro heroes. Each one is designated as having potential that can rival or beat pro heroes. They are all eccentric in various ways and are probably best suited to not teaching a class right now. These 3 students are the avenue by which some of the Class 1A students get introduced into the events of Season 4. So really, in some ways, without these guys, some of the events of Season 4 might not have gone down the way they did. First up is Togata Mirio. He is voiced by Shingaki Tarusuke. You may have heard him as Kariya Mato on Fate Zero. Mirio is recognized as the number 1 of the big 3, such that some people say that he's the guy that has the best chance to being number 1. Personally, I think it's a bit of a overhype, but you know, when you see what he does, it's like, okay, I can see where he earned that from. When he was originally revealed though, the fanbase obviously brought up his similarity to Tintin. The author loves that face though. Character-wise, Mirio is pretty similar to a character like Asta from Black Clover. He's a hard-working, earnest type character who, instead of complaining about what he couldn't do, instead worked to bring his other qualities to the forefront. He proved that the Hero Academia author could write a compelling, standard, hard worker type character. Mirio is also a contrast to Izuku. Where Izuku is a classical anti-hero, Mirio is the classical hero. They also end up being compared in story, and this whole thing was so compelling that at a time, some in the fanbase bought into it and thought that Mirio should be given or was actually going to get One for All from Izuku. Like, the guy left an impression on some people in the fanbase. Power and ability wise, Mirio is a bit like Stain in the sense that he can fight without his quirk really well. His quirk still gives him a lot of advantages, but if you were to shut down that quirk, the man could still hurt you really bad. Speaking of the quirk, Mirio's quirk is called Permeation. It lets him become intangible. You know, it's a walk through wall, walk through the earth type ability. When it came to his quirk, it was a quirk that was introduced with the idea of it being a quirk that could kill the user if they're not careful, and also that for it to be a viable quirk for crime fighting, it had to be a quirk that had to be really trained. So Mirio, on both fronts of physicality and quirk ability, ends up being a guy who really refined everything he could. Ultimately, he is one of the most awesome characters introduced in My Hero Academia, and especially one of the most awesome characters introduced for Season 4. His hero name is Lemillion.
元気な1年生って君だよねびっくりしたよね悪いことしたびっくりすると思ってやってるんだけどね何なんですかあなたは
Next up is Tamaki Amajiki, voiced by Yuto Uemura, who you may have heard as... Oh, wait, seriously? Hero from Darling in the Franxx. Wow, you know, that one's appropriate. And for the Kingdom Hearts fans out there, he voiced Ephemer in Back Cover. Anyway, Amajiki is Mirio's childhood friend. It's thanks to this shared past and Amajiki's admiration of Mirio that shippers started to rally around them. Suffice to say, Amajiki really cares about his best friend, and that goes a long way when it comes to shipping. Character-wise, Amajiki is really socially awkward. His personality has been noted as one thing holding him back. He also brings himself down a lot. He might be the most similar to, let's say, Suna Sawada from Katekyo Hitman Reborn. They're both meek people, but they've got a lot of power hidden away, and they will use it when the opportunity presents itself. The guy here, though, has really terrible stage fright, and the author identifies with him, recalling how scary it is to speak in front of a group of people. So when you see this guy getting worried, just imagine and tell yourself that the author kinda went through a similar experience. His quirk is called Manifest. Pretty much if he eats meat, something like say an octopus, he can produce tentacles. He can produce the qualities of the things he eats, which, as it sounds, is a pretty broken ability. That's pretty cool. Or you might be thinking like, no, that's kind of lame, but just wait till you see it in action. His quirk carried the concept of showing what UA could do for a quirk. By the time you see him in Season 4, he reveals a bunch of properties that he was able to unlock for his quirk thanks to the UA training. This guy gets me really excited to see what the author is able to do with other quirks, because when you see what he can do again, it was just so impressive. He also has the best hero costume hands down, and his hero name is Sun Eater. And finally, we come to Amajiki and Hado, the girl of the big 3. She is voiced by Kiyono Yasuno. Maybe you recognize her as Charmy from Black Clover. Hado is by far the most underdeveloped of the big three initially. If there's anyone that deserves anime original material, it is her. Because of that initial underdevelopment, she is the one we know the least about of the big three. Character-wise, she is the most curious and inquisitive. It's funny that though she wants to know so much, we barely see any of her compared to the other two. Her attention span also isn't the best. She'll jump topics in casual settings a lot, and she talks a lot too. Her quirk is called wave motion. She's able to convert her vitality into energy and fire it at people in the form of waves. It's pretty powerful given that she can fly with the force from it, but it's not as explored as the other two. We do know that the energy kind of twists around when she fires it though. That's pretty cool. Her hero name is Nejire-chan. And you know, that's cute. Also, notice, her hair has kind of a weird spiral there. That's kind of a reference to her quirk as well. Overall, the big three will be sure to impress viewers when you see them. Some more than others, of course. But if you're fans of Class 1A in general, the big three might be your worst nightmare. Since when they're introduced, they lead us into the longest story arc in Hero Academia as of September 21st, 2018. And only 4 students of Class 1A will get involved in that arc. So chances are, if you are the fan of some of the minor Class 1A characters, this may not be a good time for you. Anyway, the big three are pretty much what Class 1A aims to be. They are at the top of the school. So story-wise, they give a nice goal or a nice hope for what our characters could one day be when they get to that particular part of their education. It'll be very interesting to see how anime viewers will gravitate towards the big three, and it'll be very interesting to see as well what people ultimately think about Mirio by the end of the events of season 4. Anyway, guys, that's my little blurb about the big three. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope this little video got you guys a little bit excited about what's going to be coming down the line with these characters. They're going to be in season 3 for a little bit longer, but you know, just hold on to season 4. It's going to be a fun time. Anyway, everyone, till next time, I hope you have an absolutely great day. And also let me know if this video was worthwhile for the anime viewers. You know, I'm trying to make a nice informational video. I would very much love to know if you guys enjoyed it and if you found some of the information worthwhile. Anyway, till next time, have a good day.